Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to RWBY Volume 8 Chapter 12. So last time was kind of a calm before the storm, and it's setting things up for what's to come. We're about to apparently confront Ironwood at the vault. Who knows how this plan is going to end up going. But I'm very interested to see because it's actually a really interesting idea. And as RWBY pointed out, one they hadn't considered yet. So I'm interested to see what they do with it. I don't know what's going to happen in this episode at all. I haven't seen any spoilers. So I'm very excited. And yeah, so that's really all I can see that's happening. They're going to try to confront Ironwood in some way. But also, we know that Watts and Cinder were listening in. So they're probably going to end up getting involved. I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know what's going to happen here. Neo might get involved too, because she's with Cinder and Watts again now. I don't know what's going on there exactly. Like, she wants something from Cinder. I guess we'll see. We'll see how it all goes down. I'm just really interested, though. I'm really excited, so we're just going to get on with this. I know, not too much of pre-thoughts, but that's fine sometimes. But let's do it. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episodes. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. I loved this episode for multiple reasons. I would honestly say this was one of my favorites. I don't know where I would place it yet. I'm going to have to think about that and probably see it more. But this was amazing. One, the plan that they thought of was genius. And the execution of it, it worked perfectly. Two, seeing Ironwood getting his shit smacked is so cathartic. And just seeing how Winter, Marrow, everyone is betraying him. It's great. There's only 3 members of the Aesops left, and 2 of them, at least, are still questioning him. Harriet's the only one who's still fully supporting him. And we don't even know how long this all will last. But that's also pretty damn amazing. Third, Penny's a real girl now. Again, she was always a real girl. I want to make that very clear. But she's human. And it's very clear. We've known Penny was based off of Pinocchio. That's not news. Like, all of the characters in this have, like, some kind of basis in fairy tales or folk stories or whatnot. Legends, those kind of things. Like, for example, Nora is Thor. Ren is Mulan, and so on and so forth. So we have Penny, who's always been based off of Pinocchio, and we know, like, the entire thing with Pinocchio, he was a puppet who wanted to become a real boy. And he still had full sentience, he had a soul, he had all of that as a puppet, but he wanted to become a real boy, and by the end of Pinocchio, he does. And so we see in here, Penny is this robot, but she has a soul. She literally has a soul. She has aura as part of her being. And so the entire thing has been about how to stop that, how to save her, how to stop her lately from blowing up. And so if they were going to complete the Pinocchio reference with her, the Pinocchio basis, they had to, at some point, either just fully acknowledge her as completely real in every way, or do this. And the thing is, I never thought they were going to do this. I for no way could figure out a reason or a possibility as to how they would do this. I just never even considered that the staff of creation would be able to do this. It just, again, it just didn't occur to me. But we see it here, and it's like, it's so fantastic. And seeing Penny actually become human and seeing her robot self terminate and everything in front of her, and she's just obsessed with warm hugs now. It's awesome. It's fantastic to see. And this is going to be a change for her because she's not a robot anymore. She doesn't have any of that robot stuff. She can't fight like a robot. But she's still the maiden. And so she's going to have to kind of use that, while maybe also being trained in general combat outside of that by RWBY and the others. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes going forward with her now being human. But I love how they've closed out this Pinocchio story in such a wholesome way. And she's human now. I assume that means that she'll age and grow up and everything too. And it's like, it's just wonderful. I just really love it. Okay, I wonder if she'll get a new outfit next volume because of this now. I assume she's going to continue with our team and everything. I would hope so, at least. But yeah, it's just, I'm really excited to see where this goes next. So the fourth thing for why this is so good is Ambrosius. Let's be honest. He is fun. I love his personality. He's not really cocky or anything. He's more along the lines of just very self-assured, but also he's like, you better be sure about this. You better know exactly what you're doing, or it could end up wrong, and that's not on me. He has this like smarmy personality, I guess you could say. He's very fun. He's very silly. He's he's just entertaining, and I really enjoy him. Getting to see his interactions with our group, and just the way he was interested in Penny when he found out she wasn't a regular person, that was great. Even his reaction to being summoned by them again, it's like, oh, it's just you guys again. He seemed so disappointed by it. He very much, more so than Jin, he very much reminds me of the genie from Aladdin. He's not as goofy as the genie from Aladdin. He's not as goofy and silly and comical. But in terms of personality, he more fits it, and he definitely more has that kind of style to him. I adore his voice as well. It's fantastic, and it fits his character extremely well. But at the end of this episode, we do get the hint as to what's coming next, because Cinder is hiding out with the refugees as well, and is going to be going through too. So things are changing drastically, but also the bad guys are still enacting their plan. I thought they were going to enact their plan right away with the meeting between Penny and Ironwood that they heard about. I thought things were going to go right with that, but no, they're playing a longer game here, which might be Watts' decision, because he's more of the thinker with that. Cinder, I don't think would plan to do a long game at all. She would definitely try to go in right away. She's more hot-headed. And then I don't know where Neo's going to fit into this, because she did pop in at the end last time too. But yeah, I really loved how this episode went down. Every degree, like the Aesop's getting sent away and everything because of Crow and Robin starting the trouble. We had Winter completely betraying Ironwood as well now, which we knew was going to happen. Like, it was obvious it was going to happen. But it's so great to see nonetheless. And Marrow helping out as well, take out the Aesops in the end. It's so satisfying, everything kind of coming together. And this alone could feel like a season finale. But there's still, like, what, 2 episodes left? Meaning that Cinder, Watts, and Neo are definitely going to be more of the final trouble of this volume. Because we got the hint at the end here of Cinder, so it's clear that those three, their little current alliance, I guess you could call it, they're going to be the issue that we have to face here at the end. We know Salem's going to come back. That might be by the end of the last episode, or it might be in the credits scene. I don't know, but I mean, last volume didn't even have a credits scene, did it? No, because I think it ended with Salem arriving in Atlas, and then it just kind of ended and didn't have a credit scene. So they might do a credit scene again this time. It might have just been for last volume because of that. But either way, she'll definitely return. We know she's going to. Like, that's obvious. But right now, for the end of this volume, the main antagonists we have to worry about are definitely Cinder, Watts, and Neo. And they have the other relics, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. But we are headed to Vacuo, which is the last kingdom we have not yet visited. Now, mind you, we still have not seen the Winter Maiden either, or the Summer Maiden either. So we have one more kingdom, one more maiden to go through before we can even think about finishing out with this series. Now, I believe that Rooster Teeth has said up to Volume 10 is already planned. Volume 9 is already being worked on, and I believe Volume 10 is confirmed. I believe that they've said that. So, we're at least going to get 10 volumes of this. And honestly, if we didn't get any more than that, I would be fine ending on Volume 10. I think that would be a good place, but I think we'll still get more. I don't know, because even with adding in Vacuo and everything, I don't know if we can finish everything out. There just seems to be a lot more left to go. Even without accounting for the Summer Maiden and Vacuo, it just seems like there could be so much more still. And there's just a lot that they have to kind of regroup on and refigure out. And plus, like, who knows how it's going to end and how they're going to even defeat Salem in the first place. There's a lot to figure out still, and I don't know if they're going to be doing it in just 2 seasons. I guess we'll have to find out. 2 more seasons, I should say. And so far, this volume has definitely kept up the level of being better than the last. Each volume has been better than the last. So I don't think that continuing past 2 more volumes is necessarily going to hurt the series, because I know a lot of shows do end up becoming worse if they go on too long. But I think RWBY's not really in danger of that. It's not. It's still going up, so it's not ever hit that peak and is starting a decline yet. It's still going up at the moment, so we're still good. But there's a lot that's, I feel, still can be done. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Either way, I'm very, very excited about how this has gone. And I can't wait to see how it ends. I can't wait to see how Ironwood reacts to everything that they did. Because we didn't actually see that. We saw him taken down. We saw after Winter finished him off, he was knocked out. We saw Winter bringing him to the cell, the holding cell. But we didn't see him actually react to anything. We didn't see if he was upset or if he was whatever. I mean, we know he was fighting them, so that's about all we saw. Like, we saw that he fought them and lost, but we haven't seen his reaction to anything else. I want to see his reaction to everything they did with the staff and going to Vacuo and everything. How's he going to react to that? How's he going to react to Human Penny? How's Pietro going to end up reacting to Human Penny? Are they going to get Pietro and Maria? Like, that's a big question, too, because those two are still on Amity. Also, why did the communications shut down? That's another big question. Did Cinder and them do something to Amity? There's a lot that I'm questioning now here. The communications shutdown was another big thing in this episode that we have to take account of. Because it was kind of just this one moment among the episode, but it seems like it's a big deal as well. So, what's going to be the deal with that? Because that should be going fine if everything's fine with Amity, right? So that would have to mean something's not fine with Amity. Huh. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But, like, yeah, this episode was really fantastic. I loved it. It was just really fun. It was interesting. And it was just this really big moment for Penny as a character. And considering how much I love Penny as a character. And just in general, I just adore Penny. It's like, it's just a big deal seeing that. And yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with her going forward. So, yeah, thank you all so much. Oh, one more thing. I almost forgot. Ambrosius gave them a dire warning. When you're in the plane of, what do you call them? Doors, I guess, where all the pathways are for, going to Vacuo, he said, don't fall. And he said it very seriously and even noted it was a dire warning. So I assume if you fall, you're pretty much done. You're dead, you're whatever. You're not going to survive that. So the way the fact though that he said it is concerning and makes me think someone is going to fall. Or there's going to at least be a scare of someone falling. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see how that goes. But the fact that was put in there, that didn't need to be put in there. The fact that it was really makes me feel like something is going to happen with that. I don't think it's going to be a main character, unless it's like a bad guy. So it could be like Ironwood, it could be Jacques, I guess. I don't know. We'll just have to see. So tell me your thoughts down in the comments below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.